Good evening, Mr. Hernandez. Here is my presentation. And I'd like to start giving context related to what I'll discuss. In the study we've read, researchers studied how college students felt about the feedback their English teachers gave them. They were curious about why some students found that feedback helpful while others didn't. In order to find out why, researchers surveyed almost 700 first-year college students in China who were learning English, and they made it in order to understand how the students' ideas about using English, their learning strategies, and their feelings about their teachers' feedback were interconnected. By studying these connections, they aimed to uncover what made their teachers' feedback more effective for certain students, which could lead to better ways of learning English. Also, before I start describing the results, I'd like to point out that two important concepts derived from the L2 motivational self system. And those are the concept of the ideal L2 self and the aura L2 self. The former refers to what the student would like to become in terms of proficiency and use, such as being able to interact with native speakers and communicate fluently and effectively in a business meeting. On the other hand, the aura L2 self has to do with the expectations and achievements the student must meet in their learning process, such as being proficient in the L2, and therefore feeling some kind of pressure and anxiety as if they were dealing with something mandatory imposed to them. Now, I'll delve in the results of the study. I'll discuss the correlations. The researchers looked at how students' personal characteristics and learning strategies were correlated to how they value their teachers' feedback. Their findings showed that students who have positive ideas about using English, that is, the ideal L2 selves, showed more appreciation for their teachers' comments and grades. They, in other words, tended to value those comments and grades more. Plus, those same students also used a variety of learning strategies more often. By contrast, students who feel pressured and obligation about using English, that is, students with the auto L2 selves in their minds, almost exclusively related to memory strategies. Additionally, the students who use effective learning strategies, either in isolation or in combination, tended to see both grades and comments as important. Plus, for students with pressured ideas about using English, or students with auto L2 selves, showed no value for teachers' comments and grades. In terms of how possible L2 selves impact on learning strategies related to how much students valued teachers' comments, students with positive ideas about using English or students with the ideal L2 selves valued comments more, and this was influenced by their use of social and self-regulation strategies, as if the more they used those strategies, the more they valued their teachers' comments. Nonetheless, students with pressured ideas about using English or students with aura L2 selves did not show a similar appreciation for their teachers' comments. So, in summary, the study discovered that the students' views on using English, their learning strategies, and their perceptions of teacher feedback are interconnected. Positive views about using English and effective learning strategies tend to lead to valuing their teachers' feedback, especially comments. This information can help us understand better how students benefit from their teachers' feedback and, as a consequence, improve the way they learn English.